Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to solve quadratic equations using the formal method. Okay. You might think that if you watched all the lessons or done all the lessons on advanced factorizing, you may think you're becoming sort of like a gangster with these. All right. But if someone asks you to solve this one here by factorizing, you're going to look a bit daft because this one here won't factorize. All right. And the vast majority of quadratics will not factorize. So we need an alternative approach. Luckily, there is one. All right. And it is the use of the truly mighty quadratic formula. Okay. It is here. So I would write this down. It's really important. It looks terrifying, but actually it's quite easy to work with. All it says is if you have a general quadratic, say 3x squared plus 4x, and then a pure number, all right, then A is the x squared coefficient, B is the x coefficient, and C is the pure number. Then you just take these A, B, and C values and put them in the formula. It does all the work for you. It is truly incredible. So let's do an example, okay? We're going to solve the one I said we won't factorize. So I'm going to ask to get our answer correct at 2 decimal places because this will have a horrible answer. Okay, so I'm going to write it down again here. 3x squared plus 4x minus 2 equals 0. Remember, the right-hand side has to be 0 for this to work. So remember, in this case, A is the x squared coefficient. It's 3. B is the x coefficient, which is 4. And C is the pure number, which is negative 2 in this case. All right. So write the formula down. I've memorized it. I've used it so many times. It's minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And now put your values in. So minus b is minus 4 plus minus b squared. Remember now 4ac means 4 times a times c. And on the bottom, 2a means 2 times a. So that's my substitution. All right, and my top tip here, do not push the square root button on the calculator. Just work out what's inside the square root. Okay, so on the calculator, work out 4 squared minus 4 times 3 times minus 2. Okay, and do not push the root button. Just write this down. If you do this on the calculator, I believe you get 40. And the bottom is obviously 6. Now what happens now, all right, is that we split now. See this plus minus? You do 2 options. You do minus 4 plus root 40 over 6. And then you also do minus 4 minus root 40 over 6. That's what that plus minus means. Put these both in the calculator separately. This one comes out to be 0.39, the 2 decimal places. And this one comes out to be negative 1.72, 2 decimal places. And that's it, we solved it. Those are the 2x values we need. You'll almost always get 2x values with these. All right, so example 2 then. Perhaps pause the video and have a go, is it? And then come back to me when you're ready. Okay, so x squared minus 7x plus 9 equals 0, okay? So in this case, A is 1. B this time is negative 7, you see? And C is positive 9, just 9. So again, x equals minus b plus minus the root of b squared take 4ac all over 2a. So substitute in. So minus 7. It looks weird, but I'll fix it on the next line now. Remember, you're going to square a negative number, then please put it in brackets. Otherwise, you're going to lose. Take away 4 times 1 times 9 all over 2 times 1. That's my simple substitution. Now clean things up. Minus 7 is going to be positive 7. Okay, and on the calculator, remember, work out what's inside the root. So you do minus 7 squared. Okay, take away 4 times 1 times 9. And you should get 13 for the inner root. And then on the bottom, you're going to get 2. Now do your split. So x equals 7 plus root 13 over 2. Or x equals 7 minus root 13 over 2. So work this one out. I haven't done this one previously, so I have to do it myself on the calculator. So push the fraction button first, then do 7 plus root 13. Go downstairs, and you get 5.30. 2dp, I'll get rid of the 0 at the end. And this one, if you do 7, take away root 13 over 2, you get that x equals 1.70, the 2 decimal places. Right, so that's done. For the main task now, all right, there are 6 to solve. Word of advice, watch out for number 5, all right, and watch out for number 6. So pause the video there and have a go. I need to do a quick time check. I'm doing fine for time. So pause the video, have a go at the main task, and then come back to us when you've done the main task. I'll show the answers on the next slide. Okay, so welcome back. All these answers here are correct in 2 decimal places. And the kicker where to mark your work, number 5, you might notice that this 5 cannot be here. So you had to take away the 5 to get rid of it. And then you'd end up solving the equation 7x squared minus 5x. And then before take 5 is negative 1. That's what you should have solved. The right-hand side's got to be 0. And number 6, if you tried number 6, you probably would get on your calculator a math error coming up. Well, that's supposed to happen, okay? Because some quadratics just can't be solved at all. Well, not in the real world. But that's for even further down the maths line. So this one here, you could just say, if you get a maths errors, this has got no real solutions. It has got imaginary solutions. I don't want to fry your brain with that too much today. So that'll give you a math error there. All right. After the main task, there was a challenge question to do as well. All right. So again, if you fancy go to the challenge question, then pause the video and have a go. And I'll show the answer to this shortly. Okay, welcome back. That is my solution to the challenge question. Okay. Again, I'm not going to go through it in detail, but if you had a go at it, hopefully you can follow my workings out and see how I solve this. Basically, I formed an equation, made it into a standard quadratic, solved it, substituted in, etc. Okay. Right then, the checking question now. This is quite tough. So let's have a go. Pause the video, write it down, and then come back to me. I'm going to write it down on the next slide as well. Got to solve it to 1dp. So I got 4x equal, was it 1 over 3x add 7? Now remember, okay, this equation contains fractions, and I'm not having those. So I will make them both fractions and put the cheeky 1 and then get a common denominator. In this case, all I can do is multiply the 2 denominators together. 1 times 3x add 7 is 3x add 7. You can see this fraction is going to remain unchanged. But this denominator, I times by 3x add 7. So I need to times this as well by 3x add 7. All right, so I mean, I won't do the multiplying just yet. I'll just write down what I want to do. I won't expand. I'll just do this, look. And that's my setup. Remember now, if you've got a common denominator, it can go away. And it's equals to 1. Now I'm going to expand the brackets. You get 12x squared plus 28x equals 1. Remember, this 1 cannot be here. The right-hand side's got to be equal to 0. Because it's positive 1 this side, I will take it away on the other side. So 12x squared plus 28x minus 1 equals 0. And finally now, I can start solving, because a is 12, b is 28, and c equal to negative 1. So x is negative b plus minus b squared, take 4ac all over 2a. So x is going to be minus 28 plus minus the root of 28 squared, take away 4 times 12 times negative 1, all over 2 times 12. So work it out. Minus 28 plus or minus. Let's work out the inner root. So 28 squared, take away 4 times 12 times negative 1, gives me 832. On the bottom is 24. Now my two options. X is minus 28 plus root 832 over 24. Or x is minus 28 minus root 832 all over 24. So work both of those out. So minus 28 plus root 832 all over 24 gives me, oh, that's nasty, the 1 dp. Oh, I don't know, I got 0.035, but the 1 dp, that's 0. Weird question. And this one, minus 28 minus root 832, gives me negative 2.4 to 1 dp. Okay, so yeah, these are my answers here and here. If you cope with that, then well done, because this is certainly an A-star question, okay, because you had to make the equation yourself first to solve it. So hopefully that went all right. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon. Bye.